Today is Rare Disease Day. It's a day where 7,000 diseases that occur in fewer than 250,000 people are recognized.
And one of those rare diseases is being studied right here in San Antonio. Eyewitness News reporter Jeremy Baker explains how this is the only location in the world where the disease is being researched.
When Elizabeth was born, we were told there were only 60 other families in the world. It's super rare.
That's Dr. Jannine Cody talking about her daughter Elizabeth, who has a rare disease affecting her 18th chromosome. Elizabeth was diagnosed over 3 decades ago. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes in the human body. They are easier to recognize when they're sorted out in pairs. Now, the one we're focusing on is chromosome 18. In Elizabeth's case, part of the long arm of the chromosome is missing, resulting in the condition called 18q-. Dr. Cody wanted to know more about it.
I enrolled in graduate school and here at the Health Science Center and got a PhD in human genetics.
From there, she founded the Chromosome 18 Clinical Research Center.
We've actually enrolled over 650 people, our families with chromosome 18 abnormalities in this lifetime longitudinal study.
Many of them come to San Antonio because Dr. Cody says this is the mecca for chromosome 18 research.
There are so many amazing medical subspecialists here who can help us understand all the different aspects of the chromosome 18 abnormalities.
Elizabeth, who is now in her 30s, travels the world with her mother, educating others about this rare disease.
I've been to Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Italy.
And in her spare time,
On Tuesday, I go to University Hospital to volunteer.
She has 32 hours. She's finished at SAC. She's had a part-time lab assistant job here. She has a driver's license.
But spreading awareness about chromosome 18 abnormalities is one of their main goals. Jeremy Baker, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.